Good morning for this video of exhibition of the universally accessible computer. The universally accessible computer is a computer which is accessible for any person regardless of his or her visual impairment. Which means that both elderly people or natively sight impaired people can use the universally accessible computer. For the blind or the very visually impaired people, they can connect any braille device to their computer and they can read any content from the computer with the braille device. They can also activate the vocal feedback or the screen reader to make sure that the computer tells them where they are on the screen.
Screen reader on.
To launch the screen reader or the vocal feedback, the user has only to activate keyboard shortcuts. Thanks to some other keyboard shortcuts, the person can navigate through the different panels and the different icons on the universally accessible system.
Accessories menu, education menu, graphics menu, internet menu, Firefox.
As you can see, the vocal feedback is quite nice and is quite high quality also. Any user will find most of the most basic applications available on any computer, which means Thunderbird when it comes to mails, or Firefox for internet navigation, and many other standard applications such as Skype, LibreOffice, or many other standard applications. The person can also deactivate the vocal feedback using any other keyboard shortcuts, so that people who use the vocal feedback only from time to time can only activate the vocal feedback when they need it. For people who are also visually impaired and who would like some adaptation of the interface regarding their specificity, they can activate eye contrast. They can also increase the size of the pointer and change the color of the pointer. They can also zoom to the extent that is required for them to read any content on the computer. The customization of the computer is provided prior to shipping to the person's place. And the customization of the computer deals with the way the keyboard can be adapted. For instance, here you have a much bigger computer and the keyboard has much bigger letters so that the person can read them. Here, for any blind person or beginner who would not know its keyboard, you have certain landmarks so that the person can know where the most important comments are. So when it comes to visual assistance, so we said you can zoom, you can also activate a pointer to know and to ask the computer where your pointer is if you have lost sight of it, for instance. And you can also, prior to shipping, you can also ask us for a customization that the user can do on his side, of course, so that the interface suits the sight of each and every person. Here, for instance, this is high contrast. You can also customize much deeper and much further the theme of the computer so that the icon, the window borders, the colors are suitable for each and every person. The computer also enables to read any mail that will be written with printing characters. For instance, this letter received from the French administration, let's say, can be read through the use of the feature scan and OCRIs on the desktop of the computer. So the mini scanner that is provided alongside the computer is here. We also provide like normal scanners and normal printers. But when using this only feature on the desktop, the document will open automatically on Word, which is an equivalent of Word. And by launching the vocal feedback,
Blank. HYPRA. Corning VOISCA 102. Separate bonjour.
the person can have the computer read the content of the letter. So this is some of the many usages that the universally accessible computer can provide, and one of its most important strengths is that the computer is stable, so the update of the operating system happens only once every 3 years and does not provide any ergonomic changes. As you can see, the desktop is absolutely standard and stable, provides no accessibility regressions. But on the top of it, the computer is provided with 12 hours of customized service. 4 hours of customization prior to shipping, as I said. 5 hours of training. Remotely, the person can ask for short sessions of training so that it's compatible with any age and any learning curve of every individual. And also, the product is provided with 3 hours of remote assistance. The remote assistance is activated provided that the person has some internet connection at their place or his place, for instance, and enables any support agent to update the computer to help and to provide assistance upon any form of question that the person might have. Because after the training of 5 to 15 hours is finished, the person might still have issues or questions regarding the use of the systems, and HYPRA is always here to answer his or her questions. As you see, this is the smallest of all models of HYPRA's computer, and we of course have bigger models for visually impaired people who would like to have something that is both compatible with nomadism, but also provides a bigger size of screens, so that by using the different features of visual assistance, the person can easily read any content without being tired after a while. Here, as you can see on the keyboard, we introduce certain bigger letters so that the person can make sure that he or she can see the keyboard. The support phone number is written on each and every computer so that the person can call us anytime to ask for assistance. So the universally accessible computer is designed for all the people who have a hard issues like using the Macintosh, for instance, because VoiceOver can be too complex for many users, who are tired also of the many updates and change in ergonomics of Windows, and all the people who do not want specialized system or software to use a computer, because as you can see, it's universal, but it's also absolutely standard. So any helper, any occupational therapist, any people from the surrounding of the person who is not handicapped is also likely to use the universally accessible computer. And that is why we believe that our product is maximizing the autonomy and maximizing the empowerment that we provide to our customers through this customization of service and through stability and security.